Hey everybody, Spoopy here and welcome to Project Zomboid, a zombie game which is literally designed to be extremely difficult and designed to kill you. It really says it at the start of your game. Nonetheless, we are still going to attempt to survive this horrible world, and what better way to beat a zombie game than to be as braindead of a zombie yourself. That's right, we are going to play as Russell Hoke, with his amazing Hawaiian shirt and shorts, with his impressive skills like being completely illiterate, out of shape, overweight and a slow learner, asthmatic, prone to illness, smoker, with slow fingers and also short-sighted. Now that is not all that bad. He can at least drive pretty fast and can eat anything he wants with that giant stomach of his. Not only that, even with his huge body, he is pretty graceful and not easy to hear. And even better, inconspicuous, so zombies can't see him easily. Probably because he looks and smells like one already. Being an amateur mechanic, he can fix up cars pretty well. Don't know how useful that will be though. And lastly, he has a thick skin. Not as thick as his head though, but thick enough to protect him from some injuries. Not all of them. Nonetheless, we will see how far Russell will get in this horrible world of his. Starting off, Russell searched for supplies around his home, looking in the kitchen for what food there was and picking all the cans up. Realizing it was his home, he quickly changed his mind and put everything back, thinking that this house would be his stronghold. Next was to check for more supplies around the stronghold he could use, finding his favorite wrench in the bathroom and quickly picking it up before anybody else can. He tried disassembling the bookshelf, but slowly realized that it would not work. And seeing all the books there in the bookshelf scared him deeply because he was illiterate. Russell heard some knocking on his windows, thinking it was that pesky neighbor again, peeping into his stronghold. Russell, keeping to his Fourth Amendment, went out to kick out his trespassing neighbor, Karen, who called for his sister, Susan, and her husband, Kevin, for backup after she saw the brave Russell. But Russell had no problem defending his property lawfully from all the trespassers. Ignoring his own laws, Russell broke into his neighbor's home, knowing that the neighbor would not be able to defend his property from Big Russell. Fortunately, nobody was home to witness Russell's wrath. While looting, Russell found a pencil, and even though he is very much illiterate and can't write, Russell was very good in drawing and drew his house. Well done, Russell. After searching the house more, Russell found a bread knife next to a cleaver and debated which one to take, picking the cleaver in the end after all. Good job, Russell. Shortly after leaving the house, Russell saw a beggar. Russell, not believing in charity, made sure the beggar would not bother him any longer. Then the Jehovah's Witnesses saw Russell and wanted to preach their beliefs, but Russell, not believing in religion, quickly put down his beliefs onto them. He also wanted to make sure the neighbors were fine after that vicious attack, so he went in to investigate. Nobody was home, so Russell took some of their supplies for himself. After leaving, he quickly found himself in more trouble and had to dispose of the aggressors quickly. That fight left him wounded, so he ran back home to bandage himself up. Finding nothing, he went outside. Russell saw an intruder in his shed, and not wanting to break it, he quickly ran to his neighbor's house, searching for bandages, but also ultimately finding nothing. Russell then remembered the Barney bandages he had in his bathroom and quickly patched himself up with Barney's love and great big hugs. Now his next problem was the intruder in his shed, with both windows and door locked, and him not wanting to destroy his own property. He had no other choice but to wait for the zombie to break it himself, because that was better than destroying his own property, for some reason. While waiting, Russell decided to head down to his neighbor's house, but seeing aggressors, he had to dispose of them quickly. Now finally being able to head into the home. Oh crap. Oh crap indeed, Russell. That alarm will alert every cop in the entire neighborhood. So you better get running. They're already surrounding your home. Better dispose of them quickly. Alright, that at least looks like the end of it. Or not. Alright, now that looks like the end of it. Never mind, he saw you. Better start fighting. Those are way too many for us to fight. Better start running. Getting to the neighbor's house and opening the window for the trap aggressor, only to miss your first swing, but eventually. And then with another approaching, there was only one thing to do. Now to receive what we earn and loot the house of the people we just unalived for our own survival. After thoroughly looting the home and leaving in search for more blood by the neighbor, it's time to get into his home and finish off everybody inside, loot it, clean yourself, and struggle to get into bed. You can't climb in head first, Russell. Finally waking up and not knowing what time it is, we move out, and because we see the street lights turning on, we think it's daytime. Only, it's actually the beginning of night. Quickly disposing 2 zombies before heading into their home, looting it, and finding a very stuck zombie, which none of us know how they got there. And because we can't just take a big step over the coffee table or squeeze through the gap between the couches, because we are so obese, we decided to leave the zombie, banging on his window, and continue looting the home. Leaving to find a better place to stay for the night. Russell found the school, thinking it would be safe, until being brave, Russell wanted to go in there and clear the school, but the door was locked, so there was no other possible way to get in. Definitely not breaking any windows or doors, so we just had to leave the area. Seeing 2 zombies approach him, Russell quickly had to jump over the fence and head into the home right across the street. All of a sudden, Russell gets jumped by 2 crackheads just hiding in the dark. Russell thought he could take them on, but more of them were coming. Brave and stupid as he was, he stood his ground, fighting them all off until they got to him. He tried to run away, but with all his wounds and more zombies coming, he decided to give his last fight. Being shot down as not really a hero, because he didn't really save anybody, but he died doing what he loved, attacking crackheads. Russell the Braindead man turned into Russell the Braindead zombie.